marker, the Fall Guy review, guys. Get right to it. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? As always, I am your host, Ryan D. Ryan680. And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Thank you so much for making this a part of your day. If you have not already, you know what to do, ladies and gentlemen. Like, share, subscribe to us, and thank you for making us once again part of your day. And thanks for stopping by talking movies with us. We really do appreciate you guys, and we appreciate it. We just passed 21,000 subscribers. It's been insane, and it's been remarkable. We appreciate every single one of you moviegoers who checked out our videos, who just left comments and everything. We really do appreciate every single one of you guys out there. But yeah. Without further ado, what are we talking about today, Angela?
Oh, this one's been on my radar for such a long time. Just because I'm a huge Ryan Gosling fan and we're huge Emily Blunt fans. So this was no brainer. We are reviewing The Fall Guy. The Fall Guy, guys, tells of a story of a down and out stuntman must find the missing star of his ex-girlfriend's blockbuster film. Yeah. Directed by David Leitch, starring Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Duke Winston.
Yeah, Duke Winston, and of course we know the beautiful, wonderful lady from Ted Lasso, Hannah Waddingham. There you go. Thank you for that. I love Ted Lasso. She's so great in Ted Lasso. Yeah, she is. She was great in this movie, I admit. But yeah, we'll talk about this. So, what did you think of this movie? Because one of the first things I do want to say before we get into the nitty-gritty in this review, guys, is that the marketing for this movie was everywhere. Yes. It was everywhere.
I would hope so, with big names as Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt, even Duke Winston, Aaron Taylor Johnson. You would think they have to market this, right? Like they just have to, right? But it's one of those films where, like, you can see why they marketed it, right? I was a little hesitant, I'm not gonna lie, going into this, because I really did think, I was like, oh, it's just gonna be another like blockbuster film, like, but no, I gotta say, I was so blown away, pun intended, by this film. It was so spectacular. I didn't think I'd love it as much as I did, and I really, truly, really enjoyed it, and it was so cool to see. You know, I think at the beginning, I think he came on and said, like, you know, he's a former stuntman, so you could really tell he did what he did to make the like stuntman shine. Like, it was really cool concept. I loved the story. I loved the on-screen chemistry between Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling. They were phenomenal. Just each in their own, but like they're great together on screen, and even like all of them with the rest of the cast, they were so great. So I gotta say, I overall loved this film.
Wow. Okay. One of the things I do want to say, of course, is one of the things I'm going to say before I start into the nitty-gritty. One of the things I'm going to say that I really did love, I really loved. The point is that they really gave an insight to what the movies are, and that's the thing too. It's not just like a point and shoot. It's nothing like that. There's a set. It's a lot of moving pieces. There's a lot of just I love how they went to the behind the scenes stunt stuff, which is crazy because I'm the weird person that looks up the looks up the behind the scenes, the bonus features that would always come on DVDs. One of the things I've always loved and really enjoyed was that every time I saw a Fast and Furious movie, I would try to guess what is VFX and what is a stunt. And so more so than not, they've got way more VFX, of course, because of what the situations they've been put in. Yeah. I mean, they're driving in space, right? That's not real, obviously, but it's definitely it's the same studio, Universal Studios, and so I really enjoyed watching behind the scenes stuff like that. So I love how they really paid montage to that as well, because that was so good. That was awesome. One of the things I really did love was that they really give into the inside of like, oh yeah, it's just not like a point and shoot thing. It's a whole scheduling thing.
It's a movie within a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie within a movie. And I'm not going to lie. I've been loving movies within a movie. I mean, the last movie within a movie was a fantastic, spectacular top 5 comedies of my lifetime was Tropic Thunder, and that movie was a movie within a movie. But to each his own. Like, one of the things I really did cherish a lot in this movie was Ryan Gosling. His abs were just phenomenal. Both people are both stunning. Emily Blunt is fantastic. I kept forgetting, and again, I got sucked into the whole premise of like Emily Blunt is directing this movie, and so I keep forgetting that David Leitch directed this film, and I was all like, dude, this feels like an Emily Blunt directed movie. But again, though, I gotta say though, that their chemistry, like I'll piggyback off that. Their chemistry is so great. There's so many special moments that you can tell that are just like an old relationship, an old fling, if you will, an old fling that could light up the sky and just lights up the
it was so believable. And I gotta say, like, even on their own, they were so good. Like, I can't say enough about how good both of them. And it was just so naturally funny. I know the thing with comedies with you're very particular is that one of the things you say usually is that it's forced or it's just like you say, one cent jokes. Yeah. I don't think I felt that way at all in this film. Like, it was just so funny naturally, and Ryan Gosling is very organic. He's just so great. Like, all of them were just naturally cool, naturally funny.
Who wouldn't want? Right. Who wouldn't want more Ryan Gosling?
Right. And even like Duke Winston, he had his moments where he shined. I
love Duke Winston. He was great in this movie.
Funny. Like, it was great. And I think all the choreographed stunts were done so fantastic, so exceptional.
Oh, Winston Duke.
Yeah, Winston Duke. Sorry. Yeah. I think Winston Duke was so funny. Like, I think he was just so great.
I loved him. I mean, I saw him in Us, of course, his big debut was, of course, Black Panther. M'Baku. I loved him as that character. I loved him in Us. I loved him in 9 Days as well. That came out in 2020. So everything I've seen him in, I've just really loved. And Hollywood, come on, hire this guy, James Gunn. No, I'm just kidding.
He was so great. And even though he was supporting, he still had his moments. Dude, where he shined.
He had a lot of shining moments, more than I think other supporting more supporting actors and actresses get. And I feel like the moments he was on camera, boom, he shines bright on, and he's not a main character.
It's not even like his size, because he's like a tall dude. Yeah, but it's just his presence.
He covers it. He covers it on acting.
And he's just so naturally charming, right? Yeah. It's great. Yeah. So I gotta say though,
love his accent. Jealous.
I know, right? But everything about all the cast was just great. I think the stunts were done so well. Yeah. You could really tell. Like, again, I didn't know that David Leitch, he had said that he was a former stunt. Yeah. You could tell. Like, now that makes sense. Like, knowing that, you could really tell he put a lot of detail.
It pays homage to it. It really does. To the stuntman.
And it's really cool to see that, because when you go to a theater and you see a movie, like especially action movies now,
people don't think about that.
They don't. It's just an afterthought. Like,
the average moviegoer does not think about that. Let's be honest here. They really don't.
And they did say, like, I think they kind of not poked fun, but like did bring up a good point. Like,
and I brought it up on my their reaction. Yeah.
They don't. A lot of stuntmen, they're not. It's not an Oscar nomination, and maybe it's a time of change for that. I mean, maybe, but because I feel like they're right. Like, there's a lot of things they do behind the scenes. Yeah, it's a very dangerous job. But we've heard all the time, like, stuntmen do get injured.
As long as there's certain eligibility, because it comes to the fact, like, how many movies make them eligible. I guess I don't know. It just depends. I mean, for the most part, though, I do agree. Though there needs to be a change. I feel like
there needs to be recognition more so
for the stunt men.
I do think, like,
or stunt women, whoever it is.
Yeah, I think there also is like in the industry, there's certain people that you're like, oh, that person's like at the top of the industry. Yeah, I feel like that's with stuntmen. Yep. But like the average moviegoer may not know who those people are. You know what I mean? So I do say it's really cool to see that behind the scenes, especially I think we mentioned in Out of Theater Reaction, the end credits.
Yes,
was really cool.
Was fantastic.
Like, behind the scenes kind of thing. It. That was amazing.
And that's exactly what I look at when you stay for the end credits, guys, for this movie, because that's exactly what I look at when I watch movies. Like, after watching a full length film, when I buy the 4K, more likely when I buy 4K movies, I've seen the movie, right? So I want to look at the bonus features. I want to see the commentary. I want to see different depending who the director is. More likely, I've listened to every single commentary by Christopher Nolan and Jonathan Nolan, and so I've listened to that. I listened to her with Interstellar. I've listened to it. It's just so beautiful and remarkable to see, like, oh yeah, we didn't plan for this, or like it just worked out. And no, maybe that didn't work out here, so we implanted it here, knowing that the scene could have been a different point of the film, could have changed everything. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. But for the most part, though, Ryan Gosling in here, Emily Blunt, even Aaron Taylor Johnson, he's actually going to be Kraven the Hunter, which got pushed back to later this year, which we're not going to talk about that movie. I don't know if he's going to be good in it. I don't know. Nothing on him. I think it's more so the studio. But regardless, needless to say, Universal Studios is really kicking it with these movies, and the marketing was spot on. I mean, one of the things I did appreciate, scratch that. One of the things I did love was the glasses. The sunglasses are just so good.
Yeah, a lot of the wardrobe was really cool.
And the stunt jackets, they had these jackets that they started at the beginning of the movie, and I was like, David Leitch had them, and Ryan Gosling were both wearing them, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna see. I want those jackets, but yeah.
Again, like I think it's a really cool, like you say, it really pays homage to like the stunt industry.
Definitely check this movie out. A must see of 2024. One of the must sees. Definitely the last movie review that we just did with Unsung Heroes, and definitely another, definitely a movie you need to check out. And it's crazy too because they're both shot really great, except the other one's more action based and more. It's crazy because they're both beautiful movies, but they're all different genres. Like they rock in each other's genres, more dramatic side, more biopic, and then this one's more action adventure.
Movie within a movie.
Yeah, movie within a movie. Yeah, well, it's action comedy drama.
Yeah.
So I would say action comedy.
Yeah.
And it works. And it works.
Drama. I mean,
not so much drama. But it's an action comedy. It is an action comedy, and Emily Blunt rocks it. Ryan Gosling does these moments in here where I'm just like, oh my gosh, I just cannot unseen Ken. I cannot unsee him.
I disagree with you. Yeah. I think he's one of those actors for me where he's done so many things, and he's done, and he's done so many different like roles and genres
that you see different characters.
I see different characters. It's not just the one, he's Ken. Like there's certain actors you just like, I can't do this.
I just loved his performance as Ken.
I loved his performance as Ken. I gotta say, Barbie is one of my top.
I don't understand why I didn't win the Oscar. I'll leave it at that. I said I hated it. I don't think it should have been Billie Eilish song. I said it. Ryan Gosling should have won the Oscar for his performance at the Oscars. I'll leave it at that. I mean, he rocked it. He killed it on the stage with all the other Kens.
But either way, it was really cool that it still got the nom.
And I think it's going to really piggyback off that because I feel like that moviegoers that enjoyed Ryan Gosling's comedy in Barbie, because he wasn't really a main character per se. It was mainly about Barbie's story. It's a Barbie movie. Yeah, but to know that he shines so bright, as equally bright with with Margot Robbie and everything. So like people are going to go see this movie and be like, oh yeah, that's Ken. I'm going to go see this movie. Like they're going to piggyback off that and be like, oh, I'm excited because it's him. And then even more excited because Emily Blunt's just a phenomenal actress. She's fantastic. And that's John Krasinski's wife. And I was just like,
I know. And she's done. This is like, I personally haven't seen her in a lot of comedies. I loved her in A Quiet Place.
And The Devil Wears Prada. I love her in The Devil Wears Prada.
That was one of the few comedies that I just love.
Yes.
You have the golden cast. You have Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt,
everybody, and
Stanley Tucci.
I love Emily Blunt's accent. Oh my god, I just love it.
Yeah, but
I love
she's
it.
so mean.
Another movie.
She's not mean.
Another movie, you have not seen it. I do recommend it because it's a huge, and even though it's a Tom Cruise movie, Emily Blunt fucking kills it. She kills it in this role, and she's fantastic. Is Edge Up Tomorrow with Tom Cruise, and she is just a killer. She is a force to be reckoned with. I love it when she stars way better than her co-star does. In my point of opinion, she was better than Tom Cruise in that movie, but
of course.
But regardless, needless to say, it's still Tom Cruise. But regardless, though, I think she holds her own. She could rock the movie no matter what.
She has, because she's done A Quiet Place, and she's like, I don't want to say carry the movie, but she was a big shining moment for her. Like, oh my gosh, her giving birth in my gosh.
And then even more so when we saw her a supporting role in Oppenheimer. Every time she's on camera, she has that just niche, that force reckoning niche that you just, oh my god, that was good. Like, doesn't matter what runtime she has, she is fantastic. She's gonna perform, and you know that she's gonna perform fantastic for your movie out there. And
to have both like A-list celebrities star in this, and their own, like, they're each great in their own way. They have a repertoire on their resume. They were fantastic together, Ken. We cannot stress enough how great the chemistry was between just them two, but also the rest of the cast. Again, we loved it. I really, really loved it. It was so surprising. I thought I really was surprised. But overall, though, what would you rate it?
Yeah. Let's talk. Go ahead. I want to know your rating first, because you say you loved it.
I loved it. It's probably a little controversial. I'm kind of curious if people are going to be like where people's are gonna fall. But I would give it, me personally, a 9 because I couldn't stop laughing. The effects and everything were fantastic, and I think it was really like from the point of view of a stuntman, former stuntman, which I really appreciated. It was a movie within a movie. The story concept was so, even though it was a little silly at times, it was so great and interesting, and it just kept my attention.
Okay.
And I think again at the very end, I like the way the end is, where you see like the behind the scenes. That just makes me like the cherry on top, chef's kiss. It makes me appreciate the movie so much more. I think it was a passion project for him, and I think he did such a spectacular job. So I would give it a solid 9.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna be right behind you. I'm gonna do a solid 8. I'm gonna do an 8. I really did enjoy this movie. This movie's one of the things I really did appreciate. Again, it goes, yes, is it an action comedy? Yes. But at the same time, though, I fell in love, not with the action, not with the comedy. I fell in love with seeing all the behind the scenes stuff, the set stuff, the whole montage. So like, it's not just a point blank. Oh, yeah, we're just gonna grab a camera. It's an insight. It's inside. It puts you in the set. It really does. It puts you on the set to like what's going on, what has to figure. You got to deal with the actors, the actresses, make sure their attitude's great. Got to make sure the atmosphere is great, because you're gonna shoot this scene and sometimes you only get one take. And so like I do love movies like that show that behind the scenes stuff. So I'll leave it at that, guys. I really did a fantastic movie. Really did enjoy this film. Rating A. Obviously, we do recommend this. Alamo City Movie Talk recommends this movie, guys. Be sure to check this out at a theater near you, and we do recommend this film. But yeah, without further ado, any more final thoughts, Angela?
I would say if you're on the fence about this, you're still not sure, give it a try. Why not? What's to lose? I think, even if it's just something like you may not like either actor, I think the story in itself is going to be such a great and captivating story. I think it'll pull a lot of people in. So definitely give it a try. You might be pleasantly surprised. For sure. I think you will. But all right, guys, thank you so much once again. Like, share, subscribe to us, and let us know in the comments down below. Questions for you guys. What did you think? We want to know, what did you think of this movie? Did you enjoy this film? Did you hate it? Let us know on the comments below, because the average moviegoer, in our opinion, will probably more than likely like this movie no matter what. A lot of people at least like some certain parts and everything. Yeah. Hopefully go support our girl, our guy. And the rest of the crew. Again, I think this is really important for the director, and I think he did such a great job. Yep, definitely, guys. All right, thank you so much, and let us know your thoughts below. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. You can call me Ryan680. I am Angela, that Kelly, and this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Stay tuned, guys. See you at the movies. Latest.